I say, you appear to be ready for advancement. In order to know balance, you will need to know of the other schools first. Learn about the schools of fire, ice, and storm from their representatives. Only by knowing the edges will you find the center of things. Toodles!
You ask what is so exciting about the ice school? Well, when I was a young girl, I loved the wintertime and played in the snow, so going to the ice school was only natural. But in later years, I grew to learn how powerful ice was. Did you know the great raven caused the giants to slumber and turn into the glaciers? With the force of giants behind our school, I don't have to boast about how powerful our magic is. I have never regretted the day I started here.
You want to know about fire? Well, for starters, it's the most powerful school. Its magic is derived from the dragons that ruled in the time of Titans. Before the dragons could destroy the giants by melting them into the sea, the great tree and great raven put them into a magical slumber. If you ever decide to join a real school, not saying that balance is all that bad, consider fire, but only if you want to join the best. Hi. I'll need the enchanted wood from one of the wooden constructs in the Golem Tower.
Are you kidding? Storm is the most powerful of the schools. Back in the First Age, the Tritons practically drowned all the dragons by themselves. If Bartleby hadn't stopped them, well, there wouldn't be any fire school. But you won't hear Valmea speak of that. Life, death, and myth, they have their good points. But to watch Professor Baelstrom cast a Stormzilla, well, you know Storm is to be feared.
So, you have spoken with the representatives of the Fire, Ice, and Storm schools. You noticed how they all claim to be the best school, didn't you? Well, they all speak the truth in their own way. Each school has its advantages, but each school also has its own disadvantages. But balance draws on elements from each of the other schools, incorporating bits and pieces to fill in the gaps between them. Visit the pond in the Commons. Stand in the water and absorb what it has to teach you. Believe it or not, you will receive enlightenment.
As you stare into the water, you become aware of a great power building in the area.
Greetings, student of balance. It is wise for you to reflect upon the lessons of water. It can take many states and assume great power in both storm and ice. Water can be very destructive, eroding away both metals and mountains. It also holds great power in the way in which all life requires it. The water has great power in the waves of an ocean. It can also achieve a calm serenity, such as in this simple pond. Reflect upon the lesson and become like water. You too can achieve balance, my friend.
So, you were visited by a minion of balance. Smashing! It seems you have completed your first assignment, young wizard.
Hi, I need help. I'm trying to finish this science fair project for Professor Baelstrom, but those golems stole my materials. I really need those back. I've got a few more preparations to make, so if I have to fight the golems too, I'm sure to be late. If I'm late, I'll get a bad grade and... Wait a minute. If you retrieve them for me, I can finish my project and still be on time. I'll need the enchanted wood from one of the wooden constructs in the Golem Tower. Thank you so much! That's the enchanted wood I needed. My project's not running. Now I remember there's something else I need. A charged gear. A clockwork golem a couple floors up should have one. Would you go get it for me? I hear they are rather tough, so you'd better be prepared.
Bitte von hin. Jesus, in jedem Wurf. Jesus, and didn't, wasn't it? Jesus, and didn't, wasn't it?
Oh, no, dear. It looks like you were defeated in combat. Don't be upset, child. It happens to everyone sometimes. Not to worry, you didn't lose anything. Anytime a student loses a duel, they are immediately returned to safety so that they can rest before trying again. You'll need to wait here until you regain all your health. To refill your mana, go play some mini-games in the fairgrounds. You can also try and catch some wisps to regain your health or mana.
You've been a big help. There is no way I could have gotten one of those myself. My project is almost complete. Okay, I need one more piece for my science project. It's going to be tough, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to. It'll require going up to the top of Golem Tower. I need a steam capacitor to complete my project. The only one I know of would be the one on the Iron Golem, but I know he is really tough. I won't blame you if you don't want to do it, but if you do, I'll give you some treasure cards for defeating the Iron Golem and bringing me the steam capacitor. Deal?
Bây giờ hồn hồn hết rồi.
Det är så som tiden var som det är.
special from Horn.
Yes, was and didn't, wasn't it?
Oh, it looks like you are low on mana. Remember, all wizards need mana to cast spells in combat. To refill your mana, you can play mini-games, or you can collect wisps in the central city areas. Go to the fairgrounds in the commons area and step on one of the sigils to play one.